I'm Tom.
I'm Hamish.
And this is the Melbourne Cup's King, Bart Cummings.
We're here at fabulous Flemington for an express edition of Behind the Tent.
And you are watching Behind the Tent, Hamish. We're here at fabulous Flemington Racecourse, surrounded by the history and the greats of the turf.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here with Farlap looking over us, making sure everything's under control. It's been a power-packed start to the winter season. There's been a lot going on. We've just seen the 10K happen. Been some great racing. Liam Adams taking out the men's race.
Very impressive performance by Liam. We had a chat to him after the race. Said he was out there to prove a point. Didn't quite get the time target he was looking for, but an emphatic victory nonetheless over Cam Page, former New South Wales. He was a junior national champion over 1,500 metres and 5,000 metres as well. He's come down to Melbourne running for Knox. He was second. And Steve Deneen come back from 12 months overseas. He's running well for Box Hill.
Jumped straight back in. Doesn't look like he's been away at all. That Knox team looking very strong.
They're sitting their way up near the top of the table. Consistency the key for them. Trying to, of course, reel in Geelong region, the premiership defenders from last year.
Yeah, still looking strong and looking deeper than ever too.
A lot of depth, a little bit of movement between the clubs over the season. Geelong region did well to get Brady 3-4 to come across, and a couple of those old Melburnians runners that train under Bruce Scriven, of course, running for Geelong region. But Knox nonetheless did well in the off-season, picking up Cameron Page.
Yeah, certainly the light blues looking very strong. And looking at the women's race, Abby Bailey ran a great race, pushed it hard, just over 33 minutes of very impressive time.
She was very excited after the race, a huge personal best for her. She's the track 5 and 10K champion of Victoria. She adds that road tile to the mix. Talking about City to Surf as her next track or road endeavour, of course we hopefully see her to come back to the cross country at Bundoora, maybe even a Team Vic option.
Well, it'll be exciting to watch her against Lara Tamsin, who's running City to Surf, forsaking the University Yard, so that'll be an impressive battle to watch live on TV.
And of course we're looking for a lot of good performers on the cross country. Anna Thompson has had a good start too. She's been a top 3 performer both now at the 10K and also at Balnarring, which was another great race.
Yes, certainly multiple Australian representative over the cross country, Anna Thompson.
9 times in fact, Hamish.
9 times, always very strong on the turf, and it was a great race out at Balnarring, very tough, deceptively tough. Everyone thought it was flat when they arrived, but the ground was uneven, made for some very tough technical racing out there, and Steve Kelly took out the men, looked very strong.
The defending state cross-country champion had a good run, ran away from the field again. Cameron Page again, top 3 performance by him. Steve Deneen was in and amongst the 2 for Box Hill. Simon Field from APS had a good early run. He really forced the issue early, just dropped back into the top 5.
Good to see him back, hasn't been around for a little while. It's come back strong as ever.
Big pickup for the APS team across the winter months.
Very happy there.
Indeed. And also we saw in the women's race, Kaila McKnight, of course, the Commonwealth Games representative on the track. She had a great win. She's in ripping form at the moment. She had that 1,500 metre run across the Daegu.
Very impressive. Just pushed her up that all-time Australian list to number 4 and put her name right in front of the selectors.
And she was very happy.
Struggle not to pick her now.
Very happy. We actually had a chat to her at Balnarring, and we'll just see what she had to say.
Yeah, I'm absolutely pumped. I'm wrapped. It's taken so much stress off me, and I think I was due for a PB. Like, I'd been training really well, and everything had been going really well in out on the track and in cross country, and I think, yeah, I was really due, and I just needed a really fast race. We didn't quite have it over the summer in Australia, and with Gold Cross I was quite busy. So yeah, in Korea it was really good just to get a fast race and to tack on and see what I could do.
Now, do you reassess your goals for this season, knowing that you've run that fast? You'll go back to Europe in July?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, 4:05 was a little bit of a goal of mine, obviously with the World Champs qualifier and the Olympic qualifier. So yeah, I'm thinking, I like to picture a time in my head. So yeah, I'm going to think of another time and see if I can achieve that soon, maybe by the end of this year, maybe next year.
And you mentioned after the race that you're getting confidence now, you can mix it with that top level. On Australia's all-time list, there's only 3 people in front of you now. Is that really starting to develop for you, that confidence?
Yeah. It's definitely. I've been competing a couple of years in the international circuit, and like some of the girls I've usually run against before, and the Ethiopian in Korea, when I did my PB last year, she won that race. So it was nice to know that I'd run against her before, and I'm losing a little bit of that fear. I want to go out there and I want to beat them. I don't want to just sit behind them and wait and let them drag me through. So yeah, we'll see how we go. So it's fantastic to see Kaila McKnight brimming with confidence from that overseas performance. Looking forward to seeing what she has to do in Europe.
Certainly, and we had, she wasn't the only big star down there at Balnarring.
Huge name down at Balnarring.
Yeah, local boy, made good. Dale Stevenson came out for a look at the course, lured to cross country for the first time.
He was very excited to be out there. Of course, Hamish, behind the tent's always on the scene, and we had a chat
love
to him.
him.
We had a chat to him. Here he is.
Yeah, I'm a local, grew up, mum and dad, spent the first 19 years of my life only a few minutes from here, so lovely day. I'm a very beautiful part of the world and part of the world that's close to my heart, so it's no better way to spend a Saturday afternoon in the outdoors and see if I can bust out a lap without hurting anyone or getting in the way too much.
And time, you got a time projection?
No time projection, I'd just like to go the whole way without walking, so that's a goal for me. Tell you what, I've got a newfound respect for horses. That was good fun. I tried not to get lapped, but you can only do what you can do. But 4Ks, run the whole way. Not bad, not bad. Oh.
Well, it was great to see Dale out there. Of course, he just got off the plane from a training stint and competition stint over in the States with Coach Babbitt. Of course, Reese Hoffer's coach, who spent a good part of the domestic season out in Australia, the former world champion.
Certainly. Solving Rubik's Cubes, throwing shot puts a long way. We love Reese.
And he got to get around the place as well. A bit of US, a bit of Jamaica as well for a meet. Hopefully, all boding well for him. We'll see him really starting to amp up towards London. But talking about London, we better go back to the track and field action. And a lot of the Victorians started to make some news. Collis Birmingham most recently, PB over the 2 mile at Prefontaine.
Yeah, very impressive, 8:17. It's a big PB, not commonly run distance, so he would have been planning on running a PB, but nonetheless a very impressive time behind Bernard Legat.
Of course, Legat won at the 5,000 metre distance at the Melbourne Track Classic over Ben St Lawrence, another man who is in red hot form.
Oh man.
Broke the 10,000 metre national record over at the Stanford Invitational meet. I think that gives something Collis can really now across the rest of the season. It'll be interesting to see whether they go the 5 or the 10K come Daegu and what they can get the qualifying times for.
Certainly, and not the only fast 10,000 metre run. The 10,000 metres at the Prefontaine, 9 guys under 27 minutes.
I think it was the most runners under 27 minutes in a 10K race ever.
Look, Bruce would be very proud of that statistic, Tom. And Mo Farah for the win with a new European record.
UK record as well. It was 26:46 or thereabouts, I think. And he was really flying, and he just walked away from a world-class field that has been seasoned at that level. Kipsero from the Commonwealth Games, who won the 5:10 double, he was in there, still managed to come under 27 minutes. But Mo Farah's in red hot form, and maybe an early person we'd like to get to the Zatopek, Hamish.
Oh, it'd be wonderful to see. He's now in the top 15 of all time for the 10,000 metres, and that's a very tough group to break into. It's wonderful to see.
Now, of course, that was a world lead performance. Another couple of world leads recently. Jeff Risley over another rarely contested distance, 1,000 metres, but had a sensational run over there at Ostrava.
Nearly broke Grant Cremer's record, just under, it's about 10 years old. He came within a couple of tenths of a second of breaking it.
I think it was 0.14 that Cremer held onto his record for, so he can maybe hang on to that for another 12 months.
Yeah, there's certainly talk that that Risley will be chasing a more prestigious record even than the 1,000 metres, the Australian 800 metre record from 1968, held by Ralph Dubell. He's now 3rd all-time on the Australian list after a very impressive run at Oxy in the sea heat. Probably the best sea heat ever run.
Indeed, just a touch over the 145 mark. Only 2 men in Australia have ever gone under that 144, of course, Dubell, and I think it was Peter Burke back in the day that got that run. So Risley, look, if he keeps building, he's the type of talent that can do it, and he did that off huge mileage up at Mount Laguna. So impressive form given that he didn't have much time to recover.
Yeah, very impressive, and especially considering he's focusing on the 15. He thinks he's a 1,500 metre runner, not an 8. If you can run 145.0, maybe you should think about running the 8 as well. Fingers crossed.
Of course, he'll have a crack at the mile distance as the Bislett Games over in Oslo. They will have the timing gates out there at the 1,500 metre mark, so he might hopefully go through around that 3:35 mark and pick up the World Champs, qualify for good measure.
That's it. If he's running well, and another man who's running well, Ryan Gregson, who won the international mile at Prefontaine overnight.
3:53.86, another good run. That's 2 consecutive international miles for Ryan Gregson. Of course, the 1,500 metre national record holder of Australia. 3:30 and a bit of change he ran over in Monaco last year. Unfortunately, we missed out on seeing him at the Commonwealth Games, but he's back bigger and better than ever. We'll be looking for another impressive international season from Ryan Gregson.
And one would think there's a good chance that you would see Risley and Gregson in that 1500 final in Daegu, and that'd be wonderful to see. 2 Australians in the final. Wouldn't have happened for a while.
Wouldn't be one thing you'd expect a couple of years ago, but another thing to look forward to is some of our throwers and jumpers going around at the moment. Mitch Watt's still hanging on to his world lead, 8 metres 44 that he set both at Olympic Park at the National Championships, then backed it up in Shanghai, and of course our favourite here on Behind the Tent, Big Bad Ben Harradine.
Oh, we love him.
66.07 over in Hull, the throwers meet in Germany. It was his 3rd best competition ever. Of course, the only other times that he's bettered that, he broke national records. So he's in good form. A slight niggle at the moment injury-wise, but he's really confident of a great showing on the world stage at Daegu.
And he's strutting around in that tuxedo suit. The Colbert-style suit, they love it.
I tell you what, that tuxedo bodysuit has made a comeback. 1993 was when Dave Colbert wore that against Mike Powell. Brendan Cole brought it out at the stall gift. It was a bet. Now Ben Harradine has it. It's the brotherhood of the travelling tuxedo bodysuit. Who will wear it next? Steve Hooker, maybe?
Oh, it'd be good to see Hooker just go over 6 metres in the suit.
And there was talk that maybe Collis might even don it. You never know.
I think it would have to be a different suit for Collis to put it on rather than the Harradine version of the suit.
Yes, so look, there's lots to look forward to as the European season continues to build. XCR is just starting to kick into gear. Of course, the next event on the program, we head to Ballarat for the 15k road race, but so much to look forward to, Hamish.
It's going to be a wonderful season. Record numbers so far. It's just building to some tight racing for some premierships and to individual premierships as well. Soon people will be contesting for spots in the state team to represent the Big V at the National Cross. It's all happening, Tom.
It is indeed. One quick one to finish up on the National Mountain Running Championships. 3 gold medals went the way of Victorians. Bronwyn Humphries in the junior women, Jordan Nelson junior men, and Kate Cybold-Crosby took out the women's open title.
Very impressive results. The Big V dominating the Australian Mountain Running Championships in Queensland.
And of course a bronze medal to Nick Whiteman. But there's so much athletics, so much track and field, so much cross country and road running going on, but we've got to save that for another episode of Behind the Tent, Hamish.
We've run out of time, Tom. It's devastating. We'll see you soon.
See you next time.
So, Bart, did you pick Liam for the win?
Surely you would have had the trifecta with your knowledge.
Surely. Liam, Abby, there's good money there.
Easy money, but good money. Did you pick Kenny Carter for the last place?
Oh, man, that's long odds.